Hey guys, what's up? This is Ziploc Rules 2013, and today I have a bit of an interesting video to be bringing you all. So, of course, as you all know, we've been in the midst of a global pandemic over the last few months, and it's very unfortunate. A lot of people have lost family members due to the thing. I don't think I can name it. Maybe I can. I'm not gonna chance it though. But you know what I'm talking about. And so, how has this affected the gaming landscape? Just in terms of gaming, in terms of collecting, in particular, because today we're gonna be talking about GameCube games and how their prices have been skyrocketing since the beginning of the pandemic. So, I guess to give kind of some context to this, not really, but many people consider the GameCube. Prices have been going up for games a lot recently, and it's kind of weird. So the Nintendo GameCube, a lot of people, if you're Generation Z, you're 2000s kid, and you grew up with the GameCube, a lot of people are now of age where they have jobs, and they're trying to basically rebuy their childhood, more or less. And so naturally, when that happens with the system, the prices of the games for that system rise a lot. So it happened with the NES in like 2010. A lot of people were rebuying their childhood basically for the NES. It happened with the N64, Super Nintendo, what have you. And now it's happening for the GameCube. But the thing is, with the GameCube, it's a little different. The GameCube is considered by many to be basically the golden age of Nintendo. And I like to agree that this is pretty much Nintendo at their finest. Now, a lot of people may argue that that is not a Super Nintendo game, they might argue that the Super Nintendo was the golden age of Nintendo. And while the Super Nintendo is great, now this is a Super Mario World cartridge, the GameCube I think has just the games overall are greater. It's kind of the age of perfecting the 3D platformer and 3D games in general. This is not a 3D game, so that is a horrible example. This is a 3D game. And so I just think that the GameCube has a much more solid library, much more solid lineup of games. And the thing is, the GameCube flopped. The GameCube failed miserably. Unfortunately, just due to poor marketing, everything pretty much was a disaster with the GameCube, except for the games. The games are wonderful, but the thing is, not only are people who grew up with these games being nostalgic for them, becoming nostalgic for them, but these games, because the console was much more obscure, not many people bought it. The games also are in very limited quantities now. Not that they're super rare necessarily, but there's a lot less copies of games in circulation for the GameCube than, say, the N64 or Super Nintendo. So that really sucks, and that's one thing that's, contributed to the rise of price in GameCube prices. But not only that, but now we're in the middle of a pandemic. Many people are unemployed, and a lot of people have a lot of free time. And so those people that are very nostalgic for the GameCube kind of want to relive their childhood, I guess, or maybe you just like retro games. So people are going out and they're buying their childhood back. Because a lot of people, when they're younger, sell a lot of their games. Luckily, I actually found a lot of games very recently that we never ended up selling. So I lucked out on a lot of these games, but if you're looking into, first of all, if you're looking into rebuying your GameCube childhood, don't do that right now. You're only going to feed the fire, because basically what happens, people see a game selling for a certain price. Ooh, I wonder if I can sell it for $3 more, $5 more, and slowly the prices that you commonly see for games will start to increase. So don't buy any games right now from eBay. We're going strictly off eBay for this. Mostly, but I've actually made a little bit of a price chart here of some games. So I kind of abbreviated some stuff, but put some prices on here, put like original price from like the price charts, either that or what I remember paying for the game recently, and then I put the new price that that game is going for at the moment in the second column, or after the original price. So I've actually got some games to go through, quite a few, a lot more than I anticipated. So we're gonna start going through these. But yeah, I know a lot of us are very nostalgic for the GameCube and all that, but now is just not a good time to do that, because these prices are going up, and if you keep feeding the fire, these games are just going to be ridiculous to get your hands on. Now, I heard it like Goodwill, you can still get these games for dirt cheap, but I haven't been to Goodwill in years, so I don't know about that, but we're going to start off with this list. So I'm going to basically read off the price that the game was going for originally before the pandemic, and its new current price that it's generally going for on eBay. So we're going to start off with Mario Kart Double Dash. One of my favorite games ever, in my opinion, the best Mario Kart game, just hands down. This game was originally going for $50 to $60 before the pandemic, and now it is generally going for about $65 to $70. And most of these are just, boxed copies, and not necessarily complete in box. Even mine, we lost the manual, so I don't know. It's probably a little more expensive for a complete copy, but about 65 to 70 bucks for Double Dash. I don't know where I'm going to put these, just down here, I guess. Next up, Mario Power Tennis for the GameCube. Originally was going for about $20 or so before all this started. Now is going for about $25 to $40, depending on whether it's a player's choice copy or whether it's complete in box or not. Even a loose disc you're going to see going for about $20. I paid about $20 for this copy, and this one was complete in box. This did not get a player's choice release, actually. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's got the best sellers badge. Thank God they came up with that. God, I hated those player's choice things. Next up, Pikmin. So this is a Hollywood video case. I couldn't get the original case. I managed to snag this, luckily, for only about $25 before the pandemic started. This was on average going for about $30. Now it's going for about $50 or so. That's a $20 increase. That's pretty significant, if you ask me. Next up, we have Pikmin 2. So this was originally going for about $50 and is now going for $80 to $90 and even more if you're looking for complete in box. This has a couple pamphlets, but it's not like actually complete. But I bought this recently for $50. I think I paid like about that ish. I really should start going to like Goodwill. A lot of these games I've actually paid ridiculous prices for. At least for them being so old. But Pikmin 2 going for quite a lot of money. That's like, in some cases, over double what it originally was. Next up, we have Super Mario Sunshine. So this I bought the black label for $45 is what I paid for it. It was going on average for about $40 or so for the player's choice copy, and maybe like $50 or so for the black label. I lucked out with this one, and it's also complete. So, pretty cool. But now that is going for $70 to $80 or more. So, I've seen a couple of them go over $100 even. But when I say $70, that's for like the player's choice label. And like not even complete in box. Like, I saw this going $75 for the player's choice badge. And they weren't even complete. So, I guess I lucked out buying the game when I did. Next up we have Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. I bought this for $60. $62, I think. I remember mentioning that I bought it on Discord, showed like the little checkout receipt thing, and somebody in the server was like, "Duh, you paid $60 for that shit? I got it at Goodwill for like $10." And I'm like, "What? You're lying. That's not fair." And he was like all sad that he couldn't send his copy to me or some crap. And I was like, damn, I way overpaid for that. But, whatever. I have it. I have the game, so it's whatever. Next up, we have Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. Originally, it was going for about $40 before, I almost said the C word. That would have, the COV word, that would have been bad. But Wind Waker was going for about $40. Now is going for $50 to $100. Now that, again, depends on what version of the game. I don't remember this. Yeah, this got a player's choice release, so probably $50 for the player's choice. If you want a black label without the manual, I think it was like $70, $75. Then it's like $100 to get this version of the game complete. Now, luckily, I was able to get this. This was actually in that box of childhood games I found, so it doesn't have the manual, but it is the game. Now, the interesting thing, I looked up Wind Waker HD, actually, how much that's been going for. That goes for about $25 to $30. You can get the HD remaster of this game for less than the original game. Half of what the original game cost. Are you shitting me? Like, I get it. The Wii U nostalgia craze probably won't begin till, like, what, 2032, 31? But I mean, god dang. Like, if you have a Wii U, don't even bother buying this version. Just get HD. Like, for real? That's just ridiculous. I just found that so funny. If you don't have a Wii U, I guess get that one, but go to Goodwill and get it cheap. Next up is this the right one? Yes, it is. Okay, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master's Quest. So this is the GameCube re-release of the game. This was originally going for about $40. Leave it open for you. About $40 for the pandemic. Now is going for about $60. So about $60. I guess people want their Ocarina of Time fix. Even Gen Zers who probably, I don't know, probably weren't even born when the game came out. I guess if you just got it for a birthday or something. And that's the main thing. A lot of people are just really bored at home. You want to get your, childhood nostalgia back. You have nothing better to do. You want to play GameCube. So, next game up on the list is Legend of Zelda. Oh, actually, I was going to plug something else in here. So this is one of the games I actually don't own. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is a game I've wanted to play. It's like, I have Pokemon Coliseum in here. I was going to show that off. Yeah, it's right here. So Pokemon Coliseum, I don't know how much this is going for right now, but it's a pretty cool game. But there's a sequel to it. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness has been all over the place as far as I can tell. Apparently it was going for generally around $70 before all this started. It's going for over $90 to $120 now. Depending on, again, player's choice, complete in box, what have you. But, God, I remember like a year or two ago looking for a copy of that game. And I was seeing copies of it going for like $19.99, $17.99 even. And then I remember seeing like $70. I'm like, what the hell? What's with the price jump? Like, what the hell? I want to get that game, but not at that price. God, no. Screw that. I'll just play Coliseum. But yeah, that's an example of a game price increasing really just dramatically. Like, holy crap. Next up, we have the pack-in game with the GameCube. This is the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. This was generally going for about $40 before the pandemic started. It is now going for about $60 US dollars. So, I'm going to make a really weird comparison. Think about if Wii Sports was going for about $40 right now. Think about how weird that would be. $40 for Wii Sports. I know this has like full-fledged games in it. And so that's why I'm kind of pricing Wii Sports lower. I don't even know how much that's going for, but imagine if Wii Sports was like $30 or $40. Like, what? Who's going to pay that much for Wii Sports? But yeah, $40 for Collector's Edition. And this doesn't have the manual, but it's probably even more. It's probably more like $80 if you want it complete. We have this second hand from like a video store because we actually have a launch date GameCube. But yeah, I don't know how much we paid for this, but God, $60? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous for a pack in game with a system. Next up is going to be The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. So this released on the Wii as well. It's significantly cheaper on there, but for the GameCube version, it was originally going for around $50 or so. That's about what I paid for this copy. And this one was complete in box, the manual. It is now going for about $70. So it's a $20 increase. Don't get me wrong, that's ridiculous. But for the GameCube version of Twilight Princess, it could be worse. Still, I kind of forgot that Wind Waker or Twilight Princess HD existed, so I really should have bought that instead. But I'm an idiot and I forget things, so oh well, can't be helped. Next up, here's a more obscure game that hasn't increased in price nearly as much. So this is Lost Kingdoms. This is a game I wanted to try out for a long time. It's a strategy card-based RPG kind of. And this was originally going for about $20 or so. I think I paid about $18 for this. And it is generally now going for about $25 to $40. So depending on the condition, you can find a complete copy for about $40. This one actually is complete, so I actually hit the lottery on that one, getting it before COV happened. But yeah, $25 to $40. I would say $25 is a reasonable price, but at the same time, you're feeding the fire, you're feeding the flames. The price might still continue to go up, but it is a more obscure game. Not nearly as sought after as something like, say, Bait and Kaidos. There's like 2 different games in that series. One of them is going for like $60 now, and one is going for like over $100. That's a series I've been wanting to try out, Bait and Kaidos, but not for $100. You shitting me? No. I'll get like a new game, like Final Fantasy VII Remake over that. Anyway, Mario Party 7. So this I picked up, apparently it went for about $40 before all this happened. So its former game listing or whatever, price charting price was about $40. I think I paid more around like $30-ish for this one. This was complete in box. I used to be really picky when I first started buying GameCube back. I was like, ooh, it's got to have the manual. Now I'm kind of more chill. I don't even care if it has player's choice now, but this was about $40. It goes for about $60 now. So it's a decent experience for $60, but you could get that so much cheaper anytime else, or say at a Goodwill. So it's like, what's the point at that rate? Next up, here's a good one. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I was actually playing this on a update video not too long ago. So this was going for about $10 to $15 before. So this is my price that I paid. I paid about $15 for the black label, and it was complete in box. I almost wound up buying a player's choice copy for like $8.99. So forget about doing that now. This goes for about $15 to $25 now. So $15 probably for the player's choice version of this, and then $25 if you want like complete, probably $30 actually if you want complete in box with the black label. So check out these prices for yourself. If you find a good deal, definitely go for it. But God, some of these are just ridiculous. Super Monkey Ball originally went for about $20. I actually rebought this game thinking I didn't have it. Then it was actually in this box of old games. So, oops. Yeah, $20 or so. I think I got this in a... I don't even remember. No, I paid like $20 for this. So, it was about $20, about what I paid. It goes for about $30 to $40 now. A little ridiculous, but it is a good game. So, I don't know. I still wouldn't buy it now, but go for it if you really want it. And same story-ish for Super Monkey Ball 2. This was also in the box, but I did not rebuy this, and I actually never played it before. But it is a great game. This was going for about $20 before COV, and now goes for about $30 to $35. So pretty much the same story for the 2 Monkey Ball games. I guess you buy one, you want to buy the other. So kind of The prices go up in unison, I suppose. Next up, we have Metroid Prime. I just did normal Metroid Prime. Same thing, same story with this. I actually rebought this with the bonus disc, not realizing we still had our copy, which apparently had the bonus disc as well. I did not remember it having that, but whatever. That goes for about 15. It went for about $15 before the virus. Now goes for about $25. So still a decent price for a decent experience, but it's still a $10 increase. Next up, we have Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I've never played this one, but I've heard it's really good. And that went for about $20 before the virus, and now goes for about $40. So that's double. You're doubling what you're spending. What you would have spent before the virus. If you buy it now, you could have paid half what you'd pay now. So, again, Goodwill. Go to Goodwill and get it, or something like that. Next up, we have a game I actually did a Let's Play of not too long ago, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. It's a really fun game. I'm doing this one, price-wise, just the game without the bongos. This one was, yeah, it was complete in box. This was about $15. I think I paid around maybe $20 for this copy, just because it was complete. So it was about $15 beforehand. Now goes for about $20 to $25. So about a $5 to $10 increase. Not bad, but it still could be a $10 increase. So I don't know if there's a player's choice label for this, but you might want to seek that out if you want the best value. Unless you hate player's choice, then don't, I guess. Next up, we are going to be getting to... Oh, actually, I did throw in an N64 game. So it's not just GameCube games that have increased in price. I don't have the I don't have the cartridge. I did bring the box, though, for the original Mario Golf. I bought this about a year ago, not even, for about $30. So a loose cartridge of this at the time on eBay was going for about $25. And then I saw this copy complete with the manual for $30. So it was like, okay, no shit, I'm buying this. But yeah, about $25, $30 for a box copy, even though I probably got lucky on that. This goes for about $40 now, just for the loose cartridge. I did not see a single boxed copy within that price range at all, so I really hit the lottery on this one. So, not only are GameCube games affected, it definitely affects other platforms, but it's much more significant with the GameCube, because again, the nostalgia craze. The N64 nostalgia craze ended years ago. At least the main wave of it. Next we have... Oh, I was supposed to do Mario Golf before Jungle Beat. Whoops. Okay, so next up is Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is one of the few games that I found before the box. So I actually found this one loose, not knowing if we still had the case. It doesn't have the manual, but this was going for about $45 before the virus, and now goes for about $60. So this goes for the price of a brand new game. It's a great game, still held by, widely considered to be the best Super Smash Bros. Game. But again, it costs as much as a new freaking game, and it's 19 years old, near enough. So good game, but don't know if I'd pay that much for it. Next up, we have Luigi's Mansion. This was one of the games I did find within that box, so didn't have to rebuy this one. And this went initially for about $35 or so on eBay, and now goes for between $45 to $55 US. So again, depending, player's choice label or not, and condition. Ours unfortunately doesn't have the manual. This is obviously a black label. This is one of the games I think my sister got like back when the GameCube launched. So definitely glad to have the black label of this. Imagine having the yellow label on such a dark cover. Just this is one of the few games I'd say get the damn black label for. Because otherwise it just looks wrong. I guess you could say the same for this one as well. Excuse me. We have Soul Calibur 2. So this is the GameCube version that has Link in it. I haven't played this game too much, but it's very good. I remember it being good. And it went for about $15 before all this pandemic stuff happened. So about $15. It now goes for around $25 to $30. So it's still a decent value for $30, but again, don't feed the flames. Don't buy it at 30. You can find someone willing to budge for like 15, 20, go for it. But otherwise, I'd say it's a no-go. Next up, we have Star Fox Adventures. We're actually at the end of the list. This is Star Fox Adventures. This and the next game I both found in that box, so I didn't have to pay for these. This initially went for about $15 or so. This now goes for about $25 with the price increase. So it's about a $10 increase. I haven't actually played this in a while. I don't remember. It's either this or this that are supposed to be the really bad one. I don't remember which one is. Star Fox Adventure goes for about $25. Can't say whether I recommend it or not because I haven't really played it. But next up is, of course, Star Fox Assault. Initially, it went for about $25. It now goes for about $30 to $45, depending on the condition. And I guess there's probably a player's choice label for this. I don't remember if I saw any or not. But this one, this is not a manual. It's just that stupid GameCube instruction booklet thing. No one needs that. Is this? I don't think. Yeah, nah, neither of these are complete. But nonetheless, the GameCube library is just so solid. So many great games for it. It's just a shame that all these prices are skyrocketing so damn high. And here I've actually got a few games that actually haven't. So now that we've seen some games that have really risen up in price, I'm actually going to show off. I know it's kind of abrupt, but I just remembered I wanted to show it off. Some games that actually have not really increased in price, and these have actually stayed pretty consistent. So this is Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. It's the only Spyro game I actually played as a kid. It's supposed to be one of the really bad ones. I love the Spyro trilogy on PlayStation, but this was kind of my childhood Spyro. And this goes for around $15, $10 to $15. And based on the price charting, it hasn't really increased. I guess because no one really likes it, so sorry, Enter the Dragonfly. I guess you're not wanted by anyone. That's unfortunate. Same goes, sort of the same thing goes for Wave Race Blue Storm. Now this game, my other copy is not here, but I actually bought this game, I thought for the first time, to try blind on stream one day. It turned out that my sister owned this when she was younger, and I had no idea that we had this, so I have 2 copies of this. Oops, once again. And so this game goes for around $8 to $11, I think is what I saw on eBay, and it was about the same. It was about $10 on price charting. So this game really hasn't increased in price all that much, but I don't know. This was kind of, I didn't like this as much as I like Wave Race 64. Like, after I played this on stream, I never wanted to return to it. I just cannot get into this game like I can with Wave Race 64, because that game is just so great. And here is a non-GameCube game. This is actually Halo 2 for the Xbox. This is a fantastic game. Anyone with an Xbox, original Xbox 360, or will be getting a Series X, buy Halo 2. This goes for like $7 to $10. Still on eBay. Last I checked. Maybe it went up. I don't know. But it's incredibly cheap and such a good game to play. Just an amazing first-person shooter. I got this from like some real large vendor on the platform. And apparently he sold like hundreds of copies, maybe thousands. And they're all complete in box. I don't know if he like photocopies this or anything. He's even got this little strategy evolved, a little pamphlet that would have come with the game originally, which is really cool. Halo 2 is a great game. You should play this. I know it's not GameCube related, but this is one that hasn't really changed in value at all. And I think a lot of, I'm talking to my headset, I think a lot of original Xbox games really haven't changed in value a whole lot. So maybe now's the time to get your nostalgia craze for the original Xbox if you grew up then, which I guess would mean you're part of that GameCube generation as well, but that's besides the point. But yeah, just things like, I don't really want to dismantle this thing here, but just to grab random games. Oh, there's the game I want. Here it is. Thousand Year Door. I paid $60 for this. I thought that was ridiculous. $60 when a friend of mine got it for $10. It goes for over $100 now. Like, what the fuck? The new Paper Mario Origami King is actually coming out really soon, so that game's gonna be kind of the hot thing. But I've actually been replaying the original Paper Mario. I have no idea what this is going for because this is my childhood copy, so I never had to rebuy. But I've been really enjoying my replay through the original Paper Mario, and I still need to actually get back into TTYD, which I'm playing blindly, by the way, so I don't really know a whole lot about what happens. I've gotten like a little bit into the second chapter, I think, but yeah, let me know if this is increased in price at all. The original Paper Mario 64, I'd be interested to know, but yeah, that's kind of going to be it for the video. GameCube prices are just absolutely skyrocketing. And if you're like me, 2000s kid, Generation Z, you loved the GameCube as a kid, just wait a little bit before you rebuy your childhood. Hopefully you weren't an idiot and you kept your games, unlike me. Well, I kept a good amount of them, but some games I really want to get. Excuse me, Skies of Arcadia I really wanted to get. That's over $100. There's so many of them I can't get just because foolishness as a kid selling the games, or maybe they're lying around and I just haven't found them. Just like this big box of games was lying around. Wind Waker. Even though I have HD, I really wanted the original. I don't have to buy that now because I have it from childhood. So I'm going to end the video off here, but let me know what you think about this. Do you think these prices are going to go back down, or do you think that they're going to stay where they're at, and this is just going to be the new norm until the whole nostalgia craze ends? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're still going to buy any of your old childhood games back, and please don't, but I know you're probably not going to listen, so I don't know. Let me know. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. 2 more episodes of Pikmin. One was supposed to go up today, but I didn't end up getting it up, so sorry. Or yesterday, I guess, but you will be getting a Pikmin video tomorrow, and the finale of Pikmin will actually be on Friday, I believe. So look forward to that, and yeah, I'll see you around. Peace.